shit. Yeah.
What is going on, all you YouTubers? This is Anime Gamer Fanboy, and welcome to all you bronies and Pegasisters, anime fans and furries, and gamers too. And to all my other viewers, I shall not forget about you. And to all the cool cats and gals that decide to stick around as well, sit back, relax, and sit a spell. Sorry about the rhyming, guys. I'm still trying to get used to doing the intro. I decided to change my mind on the spectator messaging. You know, if people post something ridiculous or post up anything, they pretty much what's the term I'm looking for? Get themselves in hot water. So I'm not the one who actually does it. So you know. Anyway, tonight we are going me and my co-host with the most, Brand X30.
Brandbrand X2. Brandbrand X2, YouTuber. Brandbrand 36, PSN name.
Right. We are going to be talking tonight for this podcast. We are going to be talking about, well, first off, let me pull it back up because I'm forgetful. We're going to be talking about Treyarch and Infinitywards past games and our thoughts on them. Okay, so to start off with, we're going to look at the very first game. We can look back on the PS2 versions. Now, I haven't played the PS2 versions, but I have seen videos of them, and I have to admit, some people actually got some of the stuff that they did on the PS2 was phenomenal. Now, have I played the games? No. No, I have not. Because I was a little young at the time, so. But what I thought were the games were pretty good.
Same
Now,
here.
mm-hmm. Now, for the PS3 genre, we're gonna go ahead and get into the details. We'll start off with Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the first one. Now, I haven't played it, but I have seen gameplay footage of it, which it was pretty good. Not gonna lie, it was pretty good. But you know, my thoughts on it were it kind of had a few technical flaws. Now, we are talking like the PS3 era, guys. The PS3 era, which I know everyone's probably still on because they don't want to transfer to the PS4 because of typical reasons. They don't want to leave their friends. They don't want to move on ahead and then just leave their friends in the dust, you know. So there's those reasons that they stick around for the PS3 until their friends get like a PS4. Um, but not Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare. I had to admit, it takes you back to the through the first story, which I gotta admit was a pretty good scheme to put it into first person perspective. First person perspective. Okay. Second, I would have to say that it was pretty neat that they actually worked on the schematics and such for the future portions of the console. However, since we're talking about the PS3 version, there are some minor flaws, and mostly some of the flaws were hacks or people that hacked the PS3. Like in the first one, like in Modern Warfare for the PS3, I had a buddy of mine who told me about this, but he kept dealing with people who had like God mode. They had like all kinds of stuff. They had what were those things called that some people could get? They like where they can actually find
Hmm.
players at any time, or they're
I
what?
forgot.
Well, I know there were certain things that they could get without any problems. But anyway, that's beside the point. Um, but the hackers would screw up the game and get all kinds of stuff easy. Now,
Yeah, no, I hate that.
I know. So, my honest opinion on that one is I think that even though it is a retro game, I think they need to go back and try to refix it. You know, like make sure that the system can boot out all the hackers that try to modify the game. Okay. Second, the next game to talk about, Modern Warfare 2. Now,
Actually, the next one is World at War.
well, World
Next.
at War. Yeah, thank you. World at War. I would have to be honest. I played bits and pieces of that one I actually think I have World at War on PS3. I forget, or I think I have Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. I don't know. But with World at War, again, I've seen like gameplay of it. The story's good, and I'm giving kudos to Treyarch or Infinity Ward, whichever one of these each company belongs to. But I'm giving you guys kudos. But like I said, there are people that decide to stay retro or would want to go back to it, play through the games. But as I was saying, you also got people that want to hack the living daylights out of it.
Yeah.
But the worst kind of hack would definitely be the kind where players can actually like track people's IPs and then boot them offline. That's the one other thing, because I had a buddy who was playing that game and he was pretty good. Well, what someone did was they what was the word? They DDoSed him for 2 days, and he literally had to call his cable provider just so they could fix it. Like it cost,
Ouch.
yeah, like it cost like maybe close to $100 to $200 to do that crap. He did was, so I don't know how he did it, but he somehow got like an IP where it could, it's like a firewall. Anyone who tried to hack him or DDoS him, they pretty much ended up getting an antivirus. And basically, the antivirus, what it would do is it would completely fry the person's system. So, I can understand there are hackers that can actually defend themselves if necessary, but, but still, it's still a bit of a bug, though. I mean,
Yeah,
because they're okay. Go ahead.
World at War. Yeah, not a bad game though. Not bad.
I've seen like the story mode on YouTube. I've actually looked at all the information about it. It looked good, and I wanted to try it, but a friend of mine said I should avoid it because there's a lot of people that hack the game or completely that make it so like if people try to play it, they would get their quote unquote, as the name of a Yu-Gi-Oh card, just desserts.
Yeah.
So I just chose to skip that one. Even though I really wanted to try it, I had to skip it because people said there was a lot of bugs, a lot of hacks, and a lot of people that could, do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So what was the next game for? And
Next
what was?
game.
Hold up. What was
Um,
World? What was World at War made by? Was it made by Infinity Ward or was it made by Treyarch?
Treyarch.
Yeah, and I gotta admit, Treyarch, you guys did make a good game for the PS3, World at War. Um, but you know, now what's the next game?
Next game is Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, I actually seen gameplay of that. I never actually got Modern Warfare 2, um, but I did hear it was pretty good. And I even had a buddy
This
who,
is the best one. The best one.
well, yeah, and I had a buddy who played the online features, but he said with the supply drops, people could just there were hackers that could use use bullets and completely make the. He said that the hackers could make like bullets into care packs, so like every time they shoot a bullet, they get a care pack.
Now,
So,
Damn.
yeah. So Modern Warfare 2, I never played, but I have seen the story mode for it. I gotta admit, the creators from and what company made that? Infinity
All
Ward.
but one. Infinity
What?
World.
Infinity Ward. I gotta admit, I did see the story mode gameplay. They did tell an amazing story.
Yes, it did.
Mhm.
I bought it from my bestest friend and played through the whole story, and it's beautiful.
All right. Next up would be, I think, Modern Warfare 3.
But no, actually no. But here's the one part that pisses me off about World War II. So many hackers.
Yeah, like
Like
it.
my best. Like continue.
I was gonna say yeah, because I can understand that. Because like in some games where you try to play the game legitly, like if you're in hardcore mode, it doesn't matter if you like accidentally shoot someone on your own team, they'll hack you for no reason.
Yeah. But my bestest friend, he was playing an online match when I went to his house one night back in 2010.
Mhm.
He was playing an online match and he trying to get nuked a 25 kill streak. And when he was on the 24th, he lost to a hacker because he
Yeah.
shot that guy, but he didn't die, and he shot him back, and my best friend got killed.
Yeah, and basically that's I think that was God mode because if you guys don't know about certain hacks, there is one that players like to use, especially to this day, which is God mode. I can tell you guys my incident a while back, but we'll wait until we get farther up to current gen. So next game, I think it was like a Modern Warfare
Black
3.
Ops 1. Black Ops 1.
Oh,
There's that son of a bitch.
easy now.
Sorry.
It's alright.
Yeah, I was having a hard time looking for something in the infamous. So anyway, Black Ops 1.
Yeah, Black Ops 1. Now I will admit I did play through the story mode for that one, and I had to admit, guys, and I'm gonna say this, Treyarch, you guys did an amazing job with Black Ops 1 for the PS3.
Yeah.
First off, my thoughts on the story mode, it was crisp, it was clean. They had radioactive events. I mean like they had not radioactive. They had quick time events, which was pretty good to be honest. I mean, cuz like you could be able to keep up with what you need to keep up with. Um
Yeah,
but
I did pay for the whole Black Ops story mode too, and I say that one's good. That one's a really good one.
mhm.
That one's a good one.
However though, um the flaws I saw in it a bit. I mean, there were a couple times I've had issues like if I'm playing like the veteran mode, like when you try to be sneaky, the guards were able to pick you up lickety split. It was like you stay out of sight for a few minutes, but then like it's the one when you're it's the one part of the storyline when you have to follow Victor Reznov
Yes,
and
I remember
and
that.
yeah, and basically you're on the ship and you gotta try to stay out of the spotlight. I always had trouble with that one because sneaking portions of games is not my forte. But like I would try to stay in the darkness, and I've seen enough times where you're supposed to stay out of the spotlight, and then you're supposed to try to move fast.
Hmm.
But all in all, I managed to get through the storyline, and the ending had quite a twist. I mean, I'm not gonna lie there. The ending had quite a twist. If you guys haven't played Black Ops 3, I'm hoping that they actually make a reboot of it for the PS4. Or yeah, I said Call of Duty Black Ops. I'd lose my head if it weren't that.
What in the world, man? What in the world?
I thought I said Black Ops 3 for a minute there. I thought I said
You
Black
did?
Ops.
We haven't got there yet.
I know. I thought I said Black Ops 3.
Oh, really?
I thought
Oh,
I said
okay.
Black Ops 3. But some of the storyline was really good. The ending was kind of like an anime, you know. It had kind of a dark twist. It was good.
Yeah.
I'll give Treyarch brownie points. They did actually a good job on Black Ops 1.
Yes,
However,
they did.
my thoughts on the multiplayer. Now, now remember when I told you that your friend had dealt with a person who used God mode?
Yeah.
Me and a few buddies of mine, we kept dealing with the same thing. Cause a while back, I had another friend who had the same name as you did. We was playing in a match, and there was this one hacker who kept shooting bullets from a pistol, and he kept getting care packages. Now I know how
What?
now I know how the Call of Duty system works. You're supposed to earn a certain amount of points and earn kill streaks, and then once when you earn the kill streaks, you can get your loot, like your supply drops or anything that you're earning for. However, I think he still has it on his YouTube channel, and I remember the user's name. His name was Barry Pro.
Okay.
And what he did was he kept shooting, but my friend also mouthed off to him saying he was a POS and saying he needs to get off the game if he's not going to play professionally or wisely.
Oh,
And
damn.
yeah, and basically he also had up a mods menu. And
Wow.
I know. And so basically he gave my friend God mode, and then but I'll tell you this much. What ended up happening was that he had options. I'm not gonna say what the options were. I know there was kick, ban, or
Yeah.
disconnect. But I'll give you a hint. It's what you never call a female, as what he put for the
Yes,
mod
I
menu.
know. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you mother
Playing some Black
chicken.
Ops 3.
Yeah, I'm playing some Black Ops 3.
Yeah, I know
Um,
it now, man. I'm playing some Infamous.
yeah. But anyway, guys. But back to what I was saying though. So my friend ripped him a new one, was cussing him out and everything, and he actually just gave him God mode. Now I now if I find the footage, I'll show you guys what I mean, and I'll link it to my YouTube channel to my YouTube video. I'll put the link down below, and then you guys can see the evidence. But this was the kind of stuff we had to put up with in the PS3 genre. However, I have to admit the Black Ops Zombies was pretty good.
Yes, I know, and it's addicting too.
I know. Now Black
Cause
Ops,
me and my bestest friend be playing zombies every single night ever since we first got the game.
I know, and to be honest to you YouTubers, on PS3 I did manage to get all the DLC. So if I can do like retro gaming, I might actually try to go back to PS3 and actually try to do like the gameplays and whatnot. And
But you
actually,
never know when the PS3 online might shut it down, though. Don't even know.
well, depending because like with Sony, they might actually keep it up because the PS3 and PS4 are intertwined. So I'm pretty sure that it's gonna stay up and running for retro players.
Yep, because 360's shut down.
When?
Let's see, like back in 2015, May summer 2015.
Well, I noticed when I looked on my PS4, they can let you see since the PS4 lets you see friends from the PS3, they can allow you to pretty much look back.
Mm-hmm.
So
Same with Xbox One.
exactly. And yeah. So basically, they get that you can be able to look back and see what your friends are playing. So I don't think they shut down PS3 just yet.
No, I'm talking
Uh,
about 360. I'm talking about 360.
well,
They shut down 360.
I know, but still. But anyway, guys.
Okay.
But like I was saying, I did have all the map packs for PS.
Even the arcade mode is addicting. It
Yeah,
reminds me of 16-bit arcade. It's like a 32-bit arcade mode.
I know it was the arcade was pretty good, even though it was hard to control, to be honest.
Yep, but kind of yeah, it's true though. But kind of remind me of Dead or Alive, a minigame version of Dead or Alive.
Yeah, but
I still need to play that game.
Yeah, but still, guys. Though I'll admit, Treyarch did for Black Ops for Call of Duty Black Ops, Treyarch actually did a pretty good job. And like I said, with the flaws with the flaws I think they should fix for retro players is that they need to try to mend the system so like hackers can't hack every time. So like if hackers were to say like shoot bullets to get like their care packages or try to do all that kind of stuff, they can't do that. Because I'm telling you, I had a buddy. He was trying to go for a certain score streak. I forget what one he told me it was, but he was trying to go for it, and pretty much there were some people that were getting it with ease because because like I said, there are hackers that will do the whole trick where you shoot a bullet and it will constantly be like, okay, it turns into a care pack. And I think one person I remember a while back, but I was running around the map in Black Ops 1 or Call of Duty Black Ops, and basically what ended up happening was I found a character who kept just shooting bullet after bullet after bullet. What's going on, cool gamer? And basically they kept getting care packs. And I even saw the whole thing. Basically, he would shoot the bullet in a distant, not a distant, but in a different location. And what it would do is it would instantly turn into a care pack. So that pretty much was what happened. It would like turn into a care. Yeah. So like
That's stupid.
I know. I mean, it was kind of stupid. And and my buddy, he was fuming. I think he did fill out a report. And
Report for school.
no, I mean a report like as in reported the player.
Oh,
That yeah, like he had to report the player and do all that stuff.
I thought you said he did a report. You said he did a report.
That's what I'm saying. He did a report to report the player.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. But I don't know if they got on it, but But bottom line is, even though the game did have its flaws, and there are people that still play it to this day because I don't know if they got the achievements or I don't know if they handled everything, the game was still pretty good. And if I can, guys, if I go back, if I do like retro gaming, I might actually either go back to that or go back to certain games I have for PS3. Which, if you guys, which I'm gonna say this, I know this is off the topic for a minute, but if you guys want to see what games I have for PS3, comment down below, or like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see what I can do about doing a video about showing you what games I have for PS3. Because I actually have most of the Naruto games for PS3. I wasn't just gonna get I wasn't gonna get like all of them remastered for the PS4.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I mean, no disrespect, guys. I mean, I'm gonna say this, but
No offense, though.
yeah, but like I said, guys, it's just it would be a hassle because each of those games cost me like either 20 to 30 bucks, and I just think it's ridiculous that we would have to respend the money to get them remastered just so we could play the
Yeah,
games on PS4. So,
yeah, you got that right. And hold up, I'll be right back.
all right, but while he's away a minute, guys. But yeah, but like I was saying though, so but yeah, I got off the topic for a minute. But it's no big deal, man. It's no big deal. But anyway, so like I was saying, it's the thing is, I did thought the game storyline was good. I did thought the multiplayer was good. The zombies were good. The Dead Ops arcade, which was good. But the problem I had with I mean, I didn't have any problems with the Dead Ops arcade, but the only problem is trying to remember whether to move with the left analog stick and fire with the right, or stuff like that. That was the one thing I always had problems with because it would constantly go into that kind of state of cycle. However, if I had to give each of the games that we talked about a grade point average, I would give the first one an A, a first one a B. The first game we talk about, which I'll have to probably try to get them remembered. But the pattern would go A, B, A, and we're on Black Ops. So I would give it a ratio between a B and a C because, like I said, I mean, it had. And don't get me wrong, guys, the maps were amazing. I mean, Treyarch actually did a good job on the maps. They did a good job on everything, which, I'm not going to cut down on their prime for their work. But,
Hell, I'm back.
welcome back. But
Yeah,
then,
sorry
like,
about that. Sorry about that, man. Somebody just called the house that late, this late.
I can understand that. I've actually had to deal with people Skyping me all the time. So, but,
Yeah, dang.
yeah,
Hate
but,
that.
I know. But anyway, but still. But in Black Ops, I have to say all the battle maps were pretty good. Okay, and don't get me wrong, guys. I know if you guys are original Black Ops players, the maps were amazing. Like the artwork,
Yes, I know.
yeah, the artwork, all the styles. Even though, even the zombies were pretty good. Even though I would have to revisit the zombies cause I think, cause it was pretty good. And
Yes.
between us guys, I kind of forgot what all the zombie maps were anyway. So my bad, my bad. All right, the next game.
Yeah, Black Ops. Yeah, Black Ops. Good game, but gotta do better though.
Well, I mean, they don't have to do better. I mean, the best thing they should do is like clean it up. Like use programs where hackers can't get in around the positions. Because like I said, I know there are some hackers that'll get like JPEGs bagged PS4s and Xbox Ones, but I think they need to just clean it up a bit. Like put a program where people use like JTAG Xboxes or JTAG PS3s.
Hmm.
They can't. They could just get insta boot, get the insta boot,
Yep, got that right.
and there you go again, man. Pointing that out. There you go.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I know. It'll take you a little time. You just gotta try to remember. Gotta keep an open mind.
As an I agree, I'm just saying as I agreed though. Heh.
Yeah. But all right. What would be the next game?
Modern Warfare 3.
Okay, Modern Warfare 3, guys. I will have to admit, I played all the way through the story mode.
Same here. My
The,
aunt bought me that game.
I know, and I actually think I think I actually still have the copy of it.
So do I.
But the thing that really got me was the story mode. I mean, like I said, it had that whole dark feature, like
Yes,
with
I
certain
know.
yeah, like with certain characters and such. It had that dark feature, like it's
I hit
like,
that guy in the face. Yeah, right.
but it's like an anime, and I know I've done this twice already, guys. I've compared the video games to an anime, but it's like when you get to a scene, it's like dark, like
Yes, I know.
like to you guys. Let me specify in a better way. Think of any deep dark anime, like any anime that has a lot of that, like gives the person hope, but then just completely blasts them out of the water, or like completely gives them suffering.
I would say School Days. That's
Well,
one.
yeah, you're probably gonna think I'm twisted, but Higurashi. I've actually seen clips of that anime, and I'll tell you, that was the most twisted, screwed up anime. That if I would have watched that with my sister, I would tell you one thing: she would probably throw up. We'll talk about that topic another time.
Yeah, best that you shouldn't.
Yeah. Well, we'll bring that topic up another time when we do another live stream, guys. But right now, we'll pay attention on the podcast. But what I'm saying is that Modern Warfare 3 had a pretty good storyline. They had
Yes,
good
it does.
it had good games and it had good tacticals, like the supplies, the tacticals. It had everything you could think of. The maps, I have to admit, were pretty crisp, and they did put you through it.
Yeah, I don't know about the maps. I don't know about that maps though.
Well, some of the map,
Okay though.
yeah, some of the maps were okay. I'll give you that. I mean, they were crisp with the artwork. They, I mean, like, but they did use like some portions of like what you would see in the world. Don't,
Yep.
but again,
But yeah, the
oh,
story. I remember that one level of the story where we had the submarine, and then you got out of the submarine, you about to head to the city.
yeah, I remember that too. That was the submarine level was a pain in the butt. That's how bad it
I
was.
know, but
Cause like they expect you that they expect like if you play it on any higher difficulty, they expect you to just remember the way without a map, and it's like okay, you know, you seriously need to go this way, take a right, take a left. That's like saying if Bugs Bunny had a map, but he chooses not to follow it, and then he
yeah,
decides, and he goes, I knew I should have taken a left turn into Albuquerque.
yep,
I would have been, I mean, yeah, it took me like maybe 5 or 6 tries to actually finally get that one on veteran or hard, but it was pretty good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know I'm critiquing it a bit, but I'm thinking Infinity Ward made that.
yes. Infinity War made that.
Okay, Infinity Ward. I'll give you props on the game. Some of the levels were difficult, and some of them were kind of hard to, were kind of complex. All in all, good game. But the multiplayer. Now here's
Yeah,
where,
multiplayer.
yeah, the multiplayer. Here's where it hits the low blow. With
But yeah,
the,
but the summoning level is epic, really good. I like
yeah, I mean,
epic though.
yeah, but like I was saying, it was, I mean, but it was like, it was epic. I'm not gonna lie there. I mean,
Yes, but
I'm
still
not,
hard though. Still hard.
yeah, still hard, but it was still good. That's the best way we could put it. Still
Yeah.
hard, but still good. But the multiplayer. Now, I'm gonna admit they did have some good multiplayer games, like if for fun. However, like I said, with the previous games we talked about, there were still a few odds and ends that were completely still on the table.
Yeah.
Again,
Multiplayer.
again, it's with the hackers, and like I said, guys, some people use like I've encountered this a couple of times online, but I've ran into people who use like God mode.
Woohoo! Yeah, sorry, I just used my power up though. Sorry.
It's all right. But there were some people that would use like God mode. There were some people that used aimbot. There were some people that used the old trick where you shoot bullets and they make supply drops or something. Yeah, it was kind of difficult because like you couldn't even like how do I explain this? Like if a person got like a UAV, you couldn't make a move because it's like you're trying to get out of a sticky situation. So like
Yeah.
yeah, and I know some people don't monitor those kind of games anymore because they think that they need to focus on the generation,
Yep.
which I'll state my honest opinion about that at the end of this podcast. But the thing is, there are retro players that actually want to go back for the multiplayer. There are retro players that want to go back for the story on those games.
I
And
know that, but the multiplayer maps, okay, but gotta do a lot better though.
I well, some of the maps I actually thought they were well designed. I mean, not to put your not to smoke out your argument there, but I did thought some of the maps were challenging. I mean, even though
Yeah.
some of them were kind of like riddles.
Yep.
But all in all, in my book, I would say Modern Warfare. We were talking about Modern Warfare 3, making sure.
Yes.
Okay, Modern Warfare 3 has an A-OK in my book. Again,
Yeah. And again, what?
and again, yeah, with even though it had the hackers, I did try my best with it. Even though I had a few threats on there that I was that they were I would get DDoS or hacked if I accidentally shot a team member again.
Yeah. I played online mode a few times, and it don't look good. I thought beat story mode.
Well, yeah, and on top of that, some of the controls were kind of difficult. I mean, like even though and I gotta admit, with some of the controls, they actually did like the controller names like the Southpaw and stuff like that. But I just like the controls where you could use your top back buttons to aim and fire, and the lower back buttons to so you can use your grenades or tacticals or your lethals and your tacticals. Because
Yeah.
because with that one, it's a lot easier and a lot more simpler to gain control.
Yep.
I'm just not used to them being reversed. Is the thing. And I'm gonna bring up a certain game, guys. And if you're a fan of this game, then you already know where I'm coming from with this. But like with Destiny, it is like Call of Duty, but the problem I have is like I can't switch the controls around. Like I can't put the aim and fire as the L1 R1, and then the tacticals and the tacticals or the special powers are L2 and R2. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No!
Okay, that was kind of funny.
Was it funny?
You sounded like that. You sounded like that guy from the movie Steel.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I mean like when the
Really?
guy when no, because when Steel throws the grenade back into the building and it lands right in front of a vent in front of a guy that's just climbing out the window, he goes no, and it blows up.
Yeah.
I'm
I
sorry.
remember that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but we're getting off topic here.
Yeah, sorry about that though. I died though.
It's all right.
Yeah, sorry about that, watchers. I died. On Infamous.
Yeah, but but again, I did thought the story mode had some good odds and plot twists, odds and ends. But again, like I said, because of the whole hacker things with the multiplayer, I couldn't get into the whole gaming experience. If you guys understand what I mean there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next
And
game. Oh,
the special ops in Marvel 3, pretty, I'd say it's pretty good though. Cause me, yeah, cause I always have my friends coming over and try out special ops, and we
yeah,
were going down on that mode.
yeah. And I didn't have. I honestly, I didn't have any problems with the special ops. I just actually thought it was a good game mode. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, but some of the game modes I did have a rough time with was Infection.
Oh, I remember that.
That was difficult. Fun, but difficult. Alright, next game?
Yeah. Yeah, and also people say the
Oh,
Marvel 3 is not that good though. Some people say Marvel 3 is not that good.
well, and to those of you people who said Modern Warfare 3 is not that good, maybe it's because you weren't so used to story mode and everything,
I
that,
like story mode.
well, so you weren't so used to the multiplayer, the story mode, everything like that.
Uh-huh.
What I would recommend if you're a retro gamer and you think, oh hey, it's been a while since I've been on my PS3 or Xbox 360, I should just go back and try to play those online if they're still online. Because like I said, I have no idea if they are or not.
Yeah.
All
But yeah,
right. Oh,
I remember that one mode on special. I remember when we did special op. I remember that one time my cousin, we were playing. I was playing with my cousin. He activated the Predator missile, and he was trying to touch a helicopter and hit the top and hit the spinner top of the helicopter spinner part, and it didn't even kill the helicopter. He's like, "Oh shit."
yeah, that was pretty. Yeah, that I've actually had a cousin that tried to do that too, and he could not get the gist of it. I told him it
Yeah, I
takes.
got that right.
I told him it takes proper aim and accuracy. And that's the one thing I
Yeah.
did. That's the one thing I did like about it sometimes was that basically you would have to have like accurate aim and accuracy. Uh, sorry guys, I just need to adjust my leg. And before you guys even and before I know I'm getting off topic here, but I know you guys see this. I am wearing my favorite shirt that I got a while back, and it is a Twinkie shirt. I was a big fan of it.
What?
Yeah, And if you guys don't know what the shirt says, I know my camera's backwards. I don't know how to swap. I'll probably swap it around later. But it says it's on the inside that counts.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, it's a little small, but I wear it as a nightshirt, so you know. Um,
But
but
yeah, here's one more thing though.
what?
Here's a video I saw of the person Modern Warfare 3 action. Yeah, he tossed that game in the toilet and flicked it off and flushed it.
Yeah, that sounds pretty funny. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the next game? I think it was like Black Ops 2,
Black
I
Ops
believe.
2.
Okay.
Black Ops 2.
All right. Now here's where we get the juice down the middle, the juiciest stake of the gameplay or the story. First off, Black Ops 2, which was made by Treyarch, again, really, really good storyline.
Yeah, I like the
Cause
story. I love it.
I know, cause we play as the son of Mason, Alex Mason, and I think
Yep.
his son's name was David, I believe.
Yep.
But the storyline, guys, I had to admit, was well driven. Like,
But
I
complicated though.
yeah, I mean, like, uh, some of the parts was like the Telltale series, like where you have to make alternate choices. That's that
Yeah.
yeah, like that I gotta admit. Like in the one piece of the story mode where you have to choose where you have to I think you had to where someone lies and says they have someone they're looking for and then you had to
Yeah.
shoot that person that yeah.
Either shoot him or let her live. Let her live.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, like it's not like the Telltale series games, guys. It's not like where you pick the option and it alternates the story. But however, I had to admit that them putting that twist in the game was epic. And which, by the way, Treyarch again, kudos, kudos on that one. But the one thing I didn't like was like some of the end boss things. Like, and what I mean by that is like sometimes like with the end boss, they always do something cheesy. I forget the ending, but I think you had to defeat what was his name? Raul Menendez.
Yes, I remember him.
Yeah, I mean, and to be honest, if you looked at the character aspect, he looked kind of like what was his name? Victor Reznov.
Oh damn.
I mean,
Yes, he does.
because guys, if you look back at Black Ops One, and I mean, like, if you guys get a picture of from Google of Raul Menendez from Black Ops Two, and you get a picture of Victor Reznov from Black Ops One, they look kind of similar. They look kind of similar. I
Yeah.
mean, like when I saw the character, I was like, wow, these two look similar.
Yep.
Ah, crap. I need to try to get my Vision Pulse finished up so I can move on. Sorry guys, I am playing Black Ops 3 while I'm doing this discussion. But however, I have to admit though, the story mode had some good choices. I mean, like the story mode was crisp. It was something brand new, and I have to admit, even the zombie maps for Black Ops 2 was pretty good.
What?
I mean, think about it, because you had like I think if I can remember the maps right, you had you had Nuketown, but you also had like
Yes.
Origins. You had
It comes with it's a day one edition.
what Nuketown?
The new town is you pre-order Black Ops 2.
I think I did pre-order it, or I think I actually got it on. I paid for it online because like if you paid for it online, then you could get it.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I was saying though is that but the zombie maps were pretty good and everything, but the story mode was
Yes, I
crisp.
know.
Yeah,
Story mode was good.
the story mode was crisp and Treyarch again. I know I'm sounding like a fanboy, hence the name, but you know it was amazing on what you guys did with technology. It was amazing. Like the story mode
Yes.
was completely crisp. The zombies, you guys actually updated. But again, with some of the zombies, though, I have to admit, some of them were pretty hard. And
Yes,
what
I know.
I mean, like the one where you're in the prison, um,
Yes.
and I forget what one. I know the other one was Origins, which was the hard because you had that walking zombie tank following you everywhere. Uh, I forget what it
Yes,
was
I
called.
remember that.
Yeah, I forgot what it was called, but it was as. But if you guys know the name of these things, then let us know in the comments below. But basically, in the game of Origins of zombies, you have to walk around, and I don't know if it's on the zombie archive where you have to play after play it, but what you do is you walk around like walk around an area, and then you get chased by some giant tank zombie that looks like a robot. And this robot looked like it
Woo!
came and this robot looked like it came from like any superhero thing, like with the launching claw and stuff. Like if you watch like
Yeah.
Marvel or DC or anything like that, basically any superhero would face off against a robot like that. That's what it kind of reminded me of at first. That's the best way I can describe it, to be honest. Uh, however, but again, however, I did thought the story modes to zombies were pretty good. I did thought the zombie gameplay was good, even though there were some achievements on there that were a little hard to get. Like
Yeah, I know.
like there was one on buried. I forget what it was called, but basically what you have to do is you would have to get around the town without spending a dime, and then pack a punch. Oh,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, how is that possible? And me and my buddy, we've tried like 3 times every day to try to get that achievement, and we did not get it one bit. Did it remind you of the? No, it didn't really remind me of the Hulk, but actually, it did remind me of the one map buried. I forget what it was, but it reminded me of the Phantom in Kingdom Hearts.
Hmm.
No, because I'm just saying because basically you have the in buried. I know you have to run around a zombie town that's like Western themed, which I have to admit was a pretty good choice of zombies, Western themed. Although
Yeah.
although the problem I did have is like whenever you go near this basically she's like a witch or a ghost or something, but whenever she touches you, you lose points.
Mhm.
And it's when you play as Marlton, Stuhlinger, Misty, and oh crap, I know there's Marlton, Stuhlinger, Misty, and Russman.
Yep.
I had to think of the characters for a minute, but basically though, if you didn't hear about the DLC, which we'll get to that later, Ben, I'll say that at the end of the podcast. But basically, though, that map, the one where you play as the gangsters from the past,
Yep.
and then the one where you have to play through Nuketown zombies and stuff. I got to admit, those maps were pretty tough. Like me and my friend, we could only get up to round 15 on those maps, and it's like, okay, that's as far as you can go. That's it, no mas. But, however, the gameplay. Now, I will admit the gameplay was good. Like you could change your controls, you can do all that stuff.
Online.
Yeah, online it was good until hackers
Yeah, it
roamed
was
in.
good.
It was good until hackers roamed in, which again, the same stipulations. People would use aimbots. People would use like the dang god modes. The people would even use like
And
the
all dogs too. Dogs.
what?
The dogs as well. Attack dogs.
Well, no, I mean, yeah,
That's a kill
because
streak.
yeah,
Dogs are kill streaks.
well, yeah, but people would like use god mode and everything just to try to get the what they
Yeah.
need.
Yep, and infinite attack dogs. I'm talking about that.
Yeah, infinite attack dogs. They would use all kinds of stuff. But the one thing that really pushed me over the edge about it was the whole thing where they kept using like God mode going around the map, and then when you call them out on it, they swap it so they don't have God mode on. So
Yeah.
yeah, and if you guys see me stop for a minute, I apologize. My computer, like I said, I had to get it fixed recently, and and to answer your question, cool gamers, I think you're talking about the one where you're playing in the when you're playing in Alcatraz. I think you're talking about Brutus. Uh, did it remind you of the Hulk? No, it did not. I mean, and I gotta admit that Alcatraz zombie map, it was difficult. But
Yes, I remember.
yeah,
Too difficult.
yeah. But to let you guys know, with the tendencies of the gameplay, the difficulty, I had to admit it was not as bad as everyone said it was. I mean,
Yep.
crap, I was sitting my controller down when that popped up. Um, but basically, what would happen, guys, is like I mean, like I had buddies that went to school with me, and they would tell me, "Don't get Black Ops 2. The game's horrible," you know. And I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna get it because I want to give it a shot. And plus, I've already played Black Ops 1, and I play games in cryogenical order. So when you play,
Yeah.
Black Ops 1, you want to play the continuation, which is Black Ops 2. And then after you play Black
Mhm.
Ops 2, you want to play the continuation.
Yep. Yep.
So my grading on Black Ops 2, good. First off, we'll review what I said. It has good maps. It had good weaponry. It had all kinds of good odds and ends, especially the zombies.
Yes.
The only thing, like I said, the only thing that I thought was pretty much uncool was the whole thing where you had to deal with hackers. Cause like
Got
when
that right.
Yeah, cause like when me and my buddy we would always go into a lobby, and you would always run into someone who always hacks and everything. So we always end up deciding to just leave the lobby. You know, like we leave the lobby, go elsewhere, and then when if we hit the same lobby, you know, like we always leave and go somewhere else.
Woo! Yeah, true.
And as I said, guys, I don't have any problems with the games. It's just like with people that do the hacking. And like I said, I'll bring this incident up a while back. A few buddies of mine and I were in a lobby, and we was dealing with this guy, Barry Pro. Now, if I find his YouTube video, my buddy's YouTube video, I'll link it down below underneath the video if you guys want to see the whole thing. Basically, he was using, I think at the time, he was using like a video camera, a tripod, and pretty much, you know, just recording the thing. So, basically, what he did was he recorded the whole match, uh, and I think after that, he did file a report, or did a report on the player. Um, However, I don't know what was up, but basically, though, the thing is that he was fuming because he was cussing up a storm. Like, and usually when my buddy gets like that, he'll cuss up a storm so bad that if you had kids in the room, their ears would probably melt because of the language. So, again, Black Ops 2 did have some good maps, and I will admit they did have good maps. The zombies were difficult but fun. There was a time or two where it would get difficult, but I always manage to keep myself together.
Yeah.
And second, but the other thing is they also had stratagems where you had to actually use stratagems or strategies to outthink the zombies or outthink people in multiplayer. Also to outthink your opponents in story mode, which was the interesting part. It actually gave your brain a bit of a challenge. So again,
Yeah,
Treyarch,
too challenging though. Yeah, too hard though, but challenging though. It makes it interesting.
exactly. And using an anime reference, guys. But think about but here's an anime that you guys should check out. But it's called Tenjo Tenge. It's like someone who starts out fighting, but they just want to fight people that are strong right off the bat. Oh, didn't mean to do that. But basically, but yeah. Now the person would get their butt kicked if they're just starting out, but it would mean they gain a lot from experience. Like they would want to keep going. Oh crap! Electromagnetic interface.
Hmm.
Uh, but however, the game was good. I give it an A rank because, like I said, they actually did stuff that's challenging. They actually they actually did come up with a good storyline, and they never sweat around the details. Like they actually put the time, the work in customizing each map. I mean, like it's like putting together a computer. They take time and customize each of the works. So the grade point average, I would say it's A rank work.
Yep. But here's
You're
the funny part though, with my
what?
bestest friend. He said that I bet that one day, back then, I bet that one day Black Ops 2 is gonna have you get one kill, one rhino.
One kill, one what?
One kill and you get a rhino. And it ends the game right
Oh,
there.
you mean someone actually did that?
Yep.
Oh,
And activate the rhino giant box and arrive in the box make a rhino came and start tagging everyone and the game ends.
wow.
Better than dogs. Better than dogs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Treyarch actually put that in the game though.
Now I'm saying it'd be funny if somebody did that though. It'd be funny if somebody hacked that and did it.
Well, it wouldn't be funny because because think about it, you would get impaled by a rhino.
Yeah, I know. But I'm talking about the game though, not in real life.
Yeah. Anyway, but still,
But
guys,
yeah,
oh,
continue.
all right. But like I said, in my opinion, and I'm sorry to sound like a broken record, Black Ops 3 or I'm sorry, Black Ops
Black Ops
2.
2, really, man? Really,
I'm sorry.
man?
I'm sorry. My brain's a little off. I haven't had my coffee. Black Ops
It's
2.
okay, man.
Black Ops 2, guys. I did thought the game was good work. It had an excellent storytelling, and it had some really good choices on what you could or couldn't do. Even with the
Yeah.
even with the quick time events, I will admit it would have been nice if they didn't have the quick time events, like they had to do it manually, because then they
Hmm.
would mix like different genres of gaming.
Yeah, which I really hate that though. Choose which side. I hate that.
True, I mean like there are some people that hate that, but it's actually pretty good for the storyline.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyway, Black Ops 2, good game, but complicated.
hmm And so between both of us, we'll say between an A and a B rank.
Yep.
Alright, now like a juicy steak that's being cooked and well seasoned, we are getting deeper into the games. The next game, buddy,
Ghost. Call of Duty Ghost.
Call of Duty Ghost. And this was made by,
Let's see.
I think it was made by Infinitywards, I think.
If I remember correctly. If I remember correctly. Let's see. Yep, Infinity World and Treyarch and Raven Software. Never soft.
Yeah. So it was made by 3 companies instead of 1.
Four actually is four.
Well, 4. All right.
Four developers and one publisher.
Well,
Oh wait,
uh,
no, there's two. Square Enix Holdings.
well, let's get in. Go ahead and get into this then.
Okie dokie.
Uh,
Might as
first
well.
off, first off, guys, I have to say that Call of Duty Ghost. Now, I'll probably get like my head ripped off about this, or I'll probably say, "Oh, the only reason why you're just saying that is because you don't want to you know, get in trouble with the company." To be honest, guys, I actually thought Ghost was pretty good. Okay, and because
To me, I don't. To me, I don't like Ghosts.
well, to be honest, before you say you didn't like it, dude, I thought the storyline was pretty good because it tells the legend of the ghost. I mean, like, it's like with certain animes, they tell a backstory of certain events, and then it's like they want to try to keep the viewer or the game player motivated. So like with Ghost, they actually tell a good story. They tell some of a good story, and they actually give you a good choice of what you need to do.
Yep.
Now, and I'm gonna be honest here, guys. Some of the sticky parts will come in, but the story mode's the first thing. The story mode. I had to admit, I had to admit, and I know everyone's gonna have their favorites or their non-favorites, but to me, I actually liked Ghost. I mean, I thought it was pretty good, pretty complex, pretty strategic. I mean, to be honest, it was like a puzzle with certain aspects of the game.
Yeah. And to me, the Ghost story is sad.
Well, it was sad. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not like one of those people that like sad things. I mean, between you and me, guys, the fact is there are certain movies I can't watch without crying, or there are certain games I can't play without crying because they tell that bad of a sad story.
Yep.
So,
I only see some parts at my bestest friend's house when he pre-order it. Cause first he did on the PS3, and then he got $10, and he got the game for $10 when he upgraded to the PS4.
well, yeah, and I have to admit, I am actually considering getting the Ghost for the PS4. I'm actually going to consider it because one, actually thought Ghost was really good. The art, I mean, like the architecture, like the architecture or the art. I know I keep saying architecture, but I thought the art was pretty good. The limelight was pretty good. The fact that you could get an attack dog by your side throughout the whole game, possibly,
Yes,
that was
but
pretty.
then he got pretty what?
Pretty sweet. That was pretty sweet, though.
Yeah, pretty sweet but sad. Cause the dog died.
I know. I know. I mean,
Got killed, murdered.
yeah, I know that. But it wasn't. But again, guys, the storyline was not that bad.
Yeah,
Um,
I only see I don't, but I only see some. I only seen some of the walkthroughs at my bestest friend's house, s and he just didn't. He just gave up the game right there when I last saw it.
yeah. But yeah, but like I was saying though, the storyline. I know I'm repeating myself here because I'm trying to get my mind back on the track here. But the story mode, huh, is that I thought the art was pretty good. I thought it was cool. You get an attack dog that actually attacks a guard, and I did play through the whole story mode, and I have to admit it was sad. Okay, I did play through the whole story mode, but they did leave us with a cliffhanger. Don't get me wrong. Now, I've been hearing rumors and scuttlebutt that we might get a Ghost 2. I've been hearing rumors and scuttlebutt because they actually tell a pretty good ending, but it's like certain animes. They leave you in a cliffhanger, and it's like, oh, we want to see more. We want to get things into the perspective. We want to know what happens.
I mean, American shows too, American action shows.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But
And mixed though, mixed shows too. Half cartoon, actually cartoon anime.
Yeah, that would yeah, that's kind of a weird way to put it, but okay. But
Yeah, like Avatar, Ben 10, they're cartoon anime.
yeah, but still, again, I thought Ghost was a good story through the line, so I give the
And
story
Teen
mode.
Titans as well.
Yeah, but as I was saying, but Ghost had a good storyline. They did tell about the ghosts, which was pretty interesting, especially the animations or the schematics, how they made the story go to pay through. So I give the storyline an A. Now,
Yup.
however, here's where we get into the juiciness, the gameplay. The gameplay, I'm honestly gonna say, was really good. I mean, you can switch your controls in the option menu if you're not used to like reverse compatible controllers. Now I've had buddies get on my case about because of how I play my games, you know, and I told them I was like, there are certain ways that I play my games, certain ways I don't. So it's just one of those things that I'm not used to. I mean, I've even told him that I do not underline the key term not 33 times, that I do not do certain games with certain controls. Now, if they're games like, and again, like I said, if they're games like Destiny or any other shooting games, I'll be fine. But like I said, I have to have my controls that I'm used to. So,
To me,
anyway,
I played online mode
um,
at my friend's house, and it's horrible.
well, the online mode, I'll have to admit, was really good in my opinion. Because, like I said, with the online mode, you could get like an attack dog, you could get all kinds of stuff. You can do whatever on that one.
True.
But the one game that I did, I mean, like that was kind of okay. I mean, like kind of not my favorite, but it was kind of okay, kind of not. Was the Aliens game?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was like zombies. It wasn't. I mean, like I understand that they were trying to do something different, so they were trying to do a zombie style with aliens. Now that was, I mean, first off, the aliens guys. If you've seen Alien versus Predator, they actually look like some of
Oh,
the
I remember that movie.
yeah, they actually look like some of the aliens. Okay, and literally, they looked like some of the aliens, and it was pretty cool that they actually did that.
Yup.
I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. I mean, it was pretty cool that they did that. However, I just thought that it was kind of something. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. I mean, like they did give us something we weren't expecting, but it was also kind of something that we've seen before.
Damn.
So if we had to grade this, we'll give them 10 points off for that one, because, like I said, it's something unexpected, but it was something that some players weren't unexpecting, but it's also something we've seen before. So there's 90
Hmm.
points left. The controls, I will admit, the controls were pretty good. Again, kind of like multiplayer, so I'm grading that. Um, the controls were pretty good. Like you can switch the options. So like if you had your controls like L2 R2 to fire and L1 R1 with the lethal and the tactical, you were able to swap that around for certain game modes. So it's like, okay, you need to throw a grenade or tactical, you can actually get it.
Hmm.
So that one is a pass. However, again, one thing I didn't like was like in the certain types of zombie in the aliens game was that you when you had to kill the aliens, you had to take care of an alien that was completely like a giant plant. Sound familiar?
Yep.
I mean, like, what movie do you think that we've seen that before?
The Alien.
Well, no, not Alien versus Predator. I mean, because
Not
like,
that. I'm talking just the Alien movie, just the Alien.
well, no, it wasn't that one, but there was one where there was a giant plant monster that looks like an alien, a giant plant alien.
Oh, I know. I know what you're talking about. I forgot what it's called.
I think it was called Men in Black 2, I believe. Cause I
Oh,
remember, cause I remember a
mm,
specific scene. I remember a specific scene when an alien's trying to look for something, but when she's chasing the two, she ends up getting eaten by a giant worm.
yeah, I remember that.
Okay, okay. So again, that was something completely different, but again, what we've seen before.
Yep.
Now, again, I'm not knocking down Treyarch because I thought the way they had the schematics of the aliens pretty good, pretty moving.
Mhm.
So so I'll let it pass on that one. Now now the way they reward you after the rounds, like with ammo and stuff like that, that was actually pretty good. So all in all, I think the aliens. So the whole rank, I think the aliens game gets I would say, let's see. I did take off 10 points because of the that. I did take off an additional 10 because they used something unexpected. So that's 80 points. That's like a B, but that's still pretty good in my book.
Mhm.
All right. So what was the next game?
Advanced Warfare.
Oh my word! I did like Advanced Warfare. I mean, like I gotta admit, I know I sound like a fanboy right now, but I did like the Advanced Warfare storyline. Okay, before you guys get on me, and who made it? Infinity Ward, I believe.
Let's see. Advanced Warfare. Let's see. Sledgehammer. Hold up.
Sledgehammer, yeah, Sledgehammer Gaming.
Yes, Sledgehammer made that.
Okay, Sledgehammer again. You guys, I gotta admit, you guys pretty much did knock the good fight in with that game. Now I have to admit, the game was
Go without me on that one.
what?
Go without me on that one, because that one's not that good to me. To me, it's not that good.
Well, to me, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, like, because that's where they start getting technical with the storyline. Like actually using jetpacks and whatnot. I thought the storyline was crisp, amazing, and brand new.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now there were a few flaws I did have with some of the storyline. I will admit that. But however, I did manage to go through the storyline again, and whatever flaws I did have, I would retry. Now, what really was twisted was the ending, pretty much. Not gonna spoil it. If you guys want to know the ending, you would have to get the game to check it out. But play through the storyline.
Yeah.
But I have to admit, though, the game was amazing. And it was like a Sherlock Holmes film. It had a lot of twists and turns, and it was like, wow, you don't even know how good it was. But the the one thing I did have issues with, the zombies. And yes, I am talking about the exo zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the exo zombies, I will admit, they actually were creative on what to do with certain gameplays, certain and whatnot. However, again, the problem I did have was like when you try to get around the exo zombies, you cannot, because like first off, in the first one, which was and cool gamers, I think you can help me out with the names of zombies if you remember them. But in the first map, which I believe was called like a Burger Town, I think it was, you had to face off against the thing called a Goliath. I had I had to admit the the storyline was amazing. Uh, the only thing that the zombies was kind of difficult was the Burger Town one, cause like they expect you to try to get some of the achievements, and one of the achievements was you had to use melee attacks on the Goliath. But here's the problem: every time you get near that thing hits KU like someone knocking you out with a mace.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. But again, it was complicated. But Burger Town was a pass because I did like how you have to help people for certain power ups. You had to do all that kind of stuff. Sledgehammer Games actually cracked the ball on that one. I mean, they hit the home run out of that one.
Get back.
All right. Um, sorry guys, ear itches. Number two, the other map, I believe, was when you play outside one of the buildings. I forget what it was called, but the other zombie maps, I have to admit, same thing with the exo zombies. They were really good, especially when you get through certain maps. It was really difficult. Now, you would have a few odds and ends on it. I would say, yeah, you would. But the story, oh my, the story was so crisp. It was so clear. It was like actually watching the story of a movie. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm gushing here. I'm gushing here like a fanboy, but you know, they actually had a pretty good storyline, and they actually had a pretty good, you know. So, well, okay, come on, cool gamers. Don't judge what I say. All right, the game had a good crisp gameplay. Now, I'm not saying crisp like it was burnt to a crisp. I'm saying it had good. The gameplay was crisp, like it had actually good vision. Now, there were some times like I saw that it had some technicals, but the multiplayer. But like I said, the multiplayer, which I'll have to admit was really good. What in the world? Who keeps shooting me with that doggone? Uh, anyway, and we lost that one. Now I gotta try to get all my glitch coins. But anyway, but as I was saying though, but with the designs and everything, I literally thought that the zombies were pretty good. I thought the story mode was pretty good. The multiplayer maps, everything like that. Sledgehammer, I have to admit, you guys matched up to par with Treyarch and Infinitywards. You guys actually did good on the Class A. So that's one good thing. Uh, as I said before, some of the flaws you deal with on those maps, you would have, again, hackers. You would have people that would use, like, the God modes, the aimbots, the ways to get around the supply drops or stuff. So, it's just one of those things that you would have to deal with. So, all in all, it was actually not that bad. Um, when Brand gets back, he gonna talk to you guys about his experience. Besides, he lets me know on what games are supposed to be next, so But to keep you guys up to par, the other thing I did like about the let me see if I can get it right first because I know I stutter like crazy. Oh, and I still need to get back at you. But the other thing that I did like about the Infinite Warfare or Advanced Warfare, sorry, my brain is jumping all over the place from game to game. I'm just excited. But the one thing I would say about Advanced Warfare is that the gameplay was phenomenal. Okay, as I said, the story mode. If you guys haven't played Advanced Warfare, I would recommend you guys check it out. The storyline's good. It's like an anime. It's got those dark, twisted times, but you would actually have a pretty good thing. Like you would just sit there and have a bowl of popcorn because it's pretty good. I mean, like the story mode, it's like I don't know how else to describe it. Let's see. Now, are there some people that'll be skeptical about the game? Yeah, I will admit there will be people that don't like it, but honestly, it's me and a friend of mine's opinion. I mean, we actually thought the game was pretty good. Like the storyline and everything. Some of the odds and ends, I have to admit, they go to the extreme. And with that said, all right. Do you want to put in your thoughts and opinions on Advanced Warfare?
Let's see, Advanced Warfare. I'll say that game is horrible to me. That's all I have to say. It's horrible, and storyline don't look good, and online play sucks.
Well, let's. You could at least cut them a few breaks. I mean, because with multiplayer, they do have some odds and ends that you can get used to. I can point you out on there, and then the story mode I actually thought was pretty good with some aspects of it.
Okay.
So yeah, so you got me right there because the story mode did have a few good odds and ends.
Yeah, my bestest friend, he only played it twice, and it sucks.
Well, you know,
When he
but
bought the game.
yeah, but however, if I and to you guys, if I do end up going back on it, I'll probably end up going back on it from the PS3. Well, either the PS3 aspect. I mean, because I still got the PS3 copy, but I may go back to it for if I get it for PS4 along with the Ghost. I'll think about it. I'm just gonna say I'm on the bridge about it, but I'll look into it. Um, but as I said again, my honest opinion about Ghost, I give it like, even though there are a few odds and ends, or Ghost, Advanced Warfare. Sorry.
Advanced
With
Warfare, really, man?
I'm sorry, like I said, I haven't had my coffee. My brain is just going all over the place. But
It's okay, buddy.
but with Advanced Warfare, like I said, guys, I did like the zombie gameplay. I did like the story mode, and like I said, there were a few odds and ends. Now multiplayer, like I said, I had to deal with a few hackers, but not many, and it was completely 100% excellent.
Hmm.
So with me, it'll get a passing grade. With Brand, we'll say it's semi between a C and a D.
Yup, I'll get that an F.
Well, an F between an F and a D because you got to admit some of the aspects of the game are good.
Hmm. True. Maybe.
Alright. Alright. What's the next game, dude?
Black Ops 3.
Black Ops 3, which is what I'm currently playing. Alright, guys, and as we know, this was made by Treyarch. Now, the story mode, I will admit, is really good.
Yes, but
My,
I haven't started story mode yet. I haven't started story mode just yet.
well, I'll say it, but story mode is good. I won't
Yes,
give
I
it,
heard though. I heard,
but
but I haven't started yet.
yeah. But with the story mode, there is a problem. Now, I know they have a leveling up system in the story, which honestly, with Black Ops 3, I don't think they should have done that. Because if you wanted to try to prestige in the story mode, you can't. Like, if you wanted to start the game clean from scratch, you can't. Because I'm thinking you would have
Mm,
to. Because I'm thinking you would have to do like a whole new, like a whole new setup, like go to a different difficulty spike in order to start from scratch.
yep.
So again, I kind of thought Treyarch made one mistake on there, but they did fix it up with the story. Okay, I mean, like the story, I have to admit, it was really good. The levels, they weren't as difficult as everyone thought they would be.
Yeah.
Uh, the maps, the maps, on the other hand, guys, I'll have to admit, I don't have all the DLC, but some of the maps I do have, and I've actually played some of the summer maps, which I know everybody's going to get on my case because I don't have all the zombie maps. I don't have all the DLC maps, but I will look into them because, and I know everyone's probably looking at me like you spent money to get the Burning Blood DLC, but you didn't get the Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Really?
Yep. It was on sale though. It was on sale. We saved $20.
Well, yeah. So we saved $20. We did all that. Um,
So at least you should be happy about
mhm.
that,
Right, and
guys.
right, and with that, I can be able to play One Piece Burning Blood without any technical difficulties, or like be able to try out the new playable characters,
Same here.
which to let you guys know, I haven't. I know some people are probably going to say, "Oh, you should try out Caesar, you should try out Garb, you should try out this and that and whatnot." I will
Oh,
get
speaking of
to.
that, did you get those guys too for free?
Oh, yeah, I got those for free, but I didn't get Lucci for free. I actually had to pay the extra $2.99.
Dang. No,
Oh,
Lucci comes with movie pack too. Lucci comes with it. If you bought the gold pack
no, no,
bundle.
no, it didn't. I looked through
Really?
right after I got the movie gold pack. I looked through all the stuff that said it was purchase, 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 purchase. But Rob Lucci, which was the film gold player, but was a playable character, was $2.99.
Okay, but when you go to movie pack two, you get it it's free though. You go to movie pack two.
Well, still though, I think it was just the costume for the support character. That's what I think it was. But
Hmm.
okay, but we're getting off topic here. But
Yeah, true.
anyway, well, like I was saying, guys, so I haven't played all the maps, but I know some of the maps on here are pretty good, pretty crisp. Um, I will try to get the DLC, as I said to you guys before. I did get
Yeah,
some.
same here.
I did get some of the DLC. Uh, Basically, what I did get was the warrior camo and the warrior gun camo. So, because I wanted to use up the thing, so if anybody tries anything crazy with my account, that way they can't take anything from me, you know.
Uh-huh.
So, but other than that, I have played almost all the maps that came on the game. Even Nuketown, guys. I have to admit, from Black Ops and Black Ops 2, they really did modify Nuketown, and it is like a really cool map. The best way I could describe how cool it is, it's kind of like taking it's like taking a country and then just moving it forward 20 years into the future.
Yep.
Or it's like watching Back to the Future and then thinking how 20 years would be.
Back to the Future.
However, again, like I said, there are a few times we've ran into flaws. Now, I don't know if this is considered a mod. I haven't ran into people who've been using aimbots or God mode or anything like that. However, I have ran into people that somehow can change their like. If you guys check on the lower left-hand side where it says like team something or so, wherever, and it shows a picture of a gun and it points out the thing like where it says team of us left game or stuff. People have been somehow changing their name. So I don't know exactly how they do that. I don't know how exactly what. However, besides that flaw, I haven't ran into any problems. I haven't ran into anyone who used aimbot. I haven't ran into anyone who uses God mode. And the best part is I haven't actually run into anybody who actually tries to use the special bullets that give you supply drops.
Yep.
So the game's good. How
Yep.
and the zombies.
And
Oh,
zombie mode, yeah, that's good too, but really big and challenging.
mm-hmm. And now, before all of you start getting on my case saying, "Oh, you haven't played the other maps yet," actually, I have played one of the maps. It's the one that's kind of like the swamp area. I forget what the name is called. You know what I'm talking about? It looks like the swamp area.
Yeah.
Because I went to a buddy of mine's house one day because I had to get my computer fixed. He decided to let me play his game, and he let me try out one of the maps, and he said that it was pretty good. So I gave it, yeah. So I gave it a shot. I pretty much sucked at it, guys. Like I said, when it comes to new maps, at first I'll suck, or as what basketball players say, I'll suck, but I'll slowly get used to it.
Yeah, you will, buddy. You will.
But again, though, and I know people are probably going to say, are you even going to get the retro game maps that were on the original Black Ops and Black Ops 2? Like I said, I'll look into it. I know it's I think I said I know it's 29.99 on top of the season pass. That's 49.99. So there's 30, but there's $80. So I will look into it. I will try to get what I can. But as I said, guys, like I said, when I have to start doing stuff, I have to put money aside for the convention, okay? Because I'm gonna have to look around, because I said it in my original video when I start getting pested. However, I am calm about that. Before you guys say, "Oh, he's gonna blow a nerve," he's gonna blow a nerve. I'm not. So we're getting off topic here, but let's continue on with the conversation. I've tried the Nightmare Arcade, the Dead Ops Arcade, which the Nightmare Run, or the Nightmare Raid, whatever you want to call it. I have to admit, was pretty good because you have you're playing through like nightmares of nightmares. Now, have I had a couple problems with that? Yeah, but it's called a challenge. You have to actually use your mind. Now, there were a couple times where I've had trouble on that, but I would slowly go back to it and actually retry again.
hmm
Okay. Now, the Dead Ops Arcade, I'll have to admit, they actually stepped up from the previous Black Ops and Black Ops 2. Well, the original Black Ops and Black Ops 2, because it actually lets you zoom in on certain points, which I will admit is a pretty cool thing. I mean, you don't have to constantly stay far back. You don't have to constantly use the right analog stick to try to aim in certain directions. You know, you don't have to do none of that crap. Now, is it a little bit better than Black Ops 2 Dead Ops Arcade or the original Dead Ops Arcade? Yes, it's a little bit better.
Hmm.
Now, again, there are times where you'll have trouble, like with certain spots of the game.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet, I got a surprise attack finally. But again, I did thought the Dead Ops Arcade for Black Ops 3 was really good. Like the art style, the way they still use the whole guerrilla tactic. And if you guys don't know what I mean by guerrilla tactic, it's like if a person's in like first place or something, and the gorilla appears behind them, and then send them
Hmm.
skyrocketing like a firework.
Oh yeah.
They still have that. They still had used that, but it was pretty funny. I mean, I know why they did it for comedy relief for other players, but you know. Now, we did talk about the game modes, the aspects, and Black Ops 3, I will admit, the game modes they do have other guns where it's pretty sweet that you can do. Like example, the black market feature where you can try to earn the new guns. I will admit that is pretty sweet because you're earning coins, you're playing through the thing. You don't have to buy coins. You don't have to try to buy all kinds of stuff unless you want to buy like voice packs or anything. But
Yep.
it's pretty sweet that they give us cool rewards every time you try to complete a certain portion of the game. Now, as I was saying, we've had no trouble with this game, so I would say this game does get an A plus in my book.
Yeah. But to me, I would say A plus to me too.
Because think about it. I mean, Treyarch did bust their tails to try to get this game out. They actually did some pretty decent ideas where they would bring up the retro maps. Only you would only play only you would play as I think the four characters, which is Richtofen, Dempsey, Tack, and Takio.
Yep.
So again, Black Ops 3 is A plus pass in my book.
Same with me as well. A plus.
And I know there's going to be some people that would get skeptical and say, oh, well, it's kind of boring because of certain things and vice versa. But it just depends on how you look at it, is the best way I could put it.
True.
Ah, crap. I was almost close to getting my surprise attack. Um, but again, you know, you'll encounter some problems with the game, guys. But like I said, all you do is just play smart, play it through, and then you can be able to put up with all kinds of stuff. Me, that's how I've been since the previous Black Ops games or the previous Call of Duty games, and I just keep going strong. All right, man. What's the next game?
Yep. Yeah, you got that right. Black Ops 3, both Black Ops 3, story mode and multiplayer mode and story mode are all of them are great. Great.
Mm-hmm.
So give that an A plus. And so yeah, good game though.
Mm-hmm. So Treyarch, again, you guys have made some pretty good games along with the Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer. Keep up the A plus
Yep.
work.
Yep. Way better than Advanced Warfare and Ghost.
Okay, let's not again. Let's not try to sell them short. I mean, Ghost and Advanced Warfare did sell pretty good too.
Okay, okay. Sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. All right, and the
So,
last game we're talking about.
last but not least, Infinite Warfare.
Okay, Infinite Warfare, guys. I will be honest. I did not play the story mode, but I heard from some buddies, and they explained to me some of the story mode. They said the story mode's good, but I haven't even started it yet because like I've been busy training on it. I actually got into the zombies, and I will admit I have played Zombies in Spaceland, which the which to be honest with you guys, the animation for the zombies, like when they tell the stories, I actually thought the storyline was pretty sweet for zombies. I mean, like,
Yep.
they used someone that actually made horror movies in the 19 somethings. Because because basically they actually used someone. I mean, because they're actually used. I think there used to be a person by that name, but for some reason they stopped doing horror movies. Don't know why though. Now
Yeah, I know
the
what you're talking about.
uh, I think his name was William White or something like that. Or wait, hold on. Willard Weiler.
I remember him.
Yeah, I think my dad. I think my dad said he made movies when he was a kid. I'll have to ask him about that because I think he told me a story about that he's actually been to one of his movies before.
Okay, that's nice.
I know. I'll actually ask him about that. But again, guys, the zombies I've played Zombies in Spaceland. Excellent graphics. I have to admit, the way you have to roam around. First off, the story mode. I'll have to admit, the zombie story mode was phenomenal. Okay, the gameplay again slightly okay, but the problem I have is like you can't swap the controls.
Yeah, I know. I only played the beta of it, and that's it.
Well, I actually managed to get the game. So, but the thing is, you can't swap the controls, guys. And I tried looking at the options menu. I tried doing all that. But basically, if you try to swap the controls, they swap all your buttons around. So, like, if you use like the R3 button to actually melee, if you try to swap stuff around, all it'll do is just change your controls, clean up. So it'll like, okay, so you need to know what this does, this does, this does. Even though they show you the button layout, but it's kind of ridiculous. So I'll give
Mm-hmm.
him a little bit of a judo chop for that one.
Yep.
However, but they did earn that respect back because of the gameplay. The zombies I'll admit, with each timeline with the zombies, they actually made them look pretty like cool. Like they made them actually cool for that timeline. So like if you
Yeah.
guys played Zombie in Spaceland, you guys would see the design they went through. If you guys played what was the next map? Rave and Deadwood, again you guys would see the design. And if you played Shaolin Shuffle, that design I have to admit was excellent. But there is
I can't
one.
help you on. I can't help you on Infinite Warfare because I didn't play that. I only played the beta, and that's it.
Well, I know, but you should try to look into the game, man. But the one thing, the
I
one
may.
yeah, but the one zombies game, and I know everyone's probably going to get on my butt about it. The one zombies game I did not play was the recent one, which was Attack of the Radioactive Thing. That's what the actual title's called. When I first heard about it, guys, I literally flipped because I was like, okay, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare 3 or Infinite Warfare DLC 3 is coming out. I literally was swamped. Now I know I did, and letting you guys know, I did get the season pass, so like I do get all the DLC, like the maps, the zombies, the weaponry, if I can get that far. But again, minor. Again, though, I do like the zombie weapons. I do like that because they actually liven things up a bit. But with like with zombies in Spaceland, the gameplay I have to admit is by far really really sweet. Even though like it does have some traps like in certain zombie maps in previous Black Ops games or Call of Duty zombie games. However, again, like I said, like the certain traps I'm talking about, like if you open a specific door and you're trying to run from zombies, the zombies will go from one direction to one direction and then trap you pretty much.
Hmm.
Which I will admit it is kind of difficult to handle with that because I've had a buddy who played zombies a lot and he's used to doing like the whole trailing thing. Like he'll constantly like train zombies to get the points to unlock doors and stuff. And he told me he did that on Zombies in Spaceland. Well, he went one wrong direction and the zombies just was like a football team. Like have you ever seen those movies when a person's standing with the football or basketball and everybody's coming from different directions and then they just dogpile on top?
Yeah.
That actually happened to him in Zombies in Spaceland.
Damn.
I know. He was mad. Like he was cussing worse than the Buffalo Bills at the Super Bowl.
Damn.
But again, Infinite Warfare, guys. I will admit, I did not play the story mode, so the grade is a question mark. But I'll bet you they did make a good story mode because, like I said, Treyarch, Infinitywards, and Sledgehammer, all of them are Class A Titan game makers. And there are a lot of other Class A Titan game makers as well. So they're matching up there, move for move.
Hmm.
And like I said before, there will be some bugs, there will be some stuff, but as long as people can get those on footage and it's like, okay, they showed this on YouTube, they showed this on YouTube. If Treyarch sees the problem, like if viewers point it out or something, I'm pretty sure they'll get on the boat to fix it. Or like secure updates and everything and vice versa. But like I said, I'm not repping them. I'm not. Before people assume it, I'm not talking down about them. I'm not trying to do that stuff. I'm just saying they have some really good gameplays. All right, so I don't want people thinking that I'm talking down about them. I've actually played their work since Black Ops since the first Black Ops came out, and Modern Warfare 3. I actually played some of their works in the PlayStation 3 generation, so I'm kind of a huge fan of it. Am I bad at the game? Yes, you guys actually see me play bad, but I slowly start to work my way with the controls.
To me, I used to be a fan until Ghost.
Yeah, and I also heard, yeah, and before I forget, guys, I did also heard like I said earlier with the ghost topic, I did hear rumors and scuttlebutt online that they might make Call of Duty Ghost 2. I've actually to continue to where the cliffhanger left off, but I don't know when. But some people say it's possible that it's a guarantee. Cause like with animes, when some people do like cliffhangers and whatnot, they actually assume that it's going to be a guarantee in order to in order to continue on with the anime series. So like, and I'm gonna name like some animes that did cliffhangers, but they continued. And I know I'm getting off topic here, but just hear me out. But there was Rosario Vampire that had a cliffhanger, but they continued at season 2. Will they continue with season 3? I'm not too sure, but I am crossing my fingers and hoping they would. Because, trust me, guys, I do not want to read through all the graphic novels from start to finish. Because that's probably like, what, maybe 18 volumes, maybe 19 volumes, depending on how they do the mangas.
Yep.
But, again, the storyline was good and everything, but I just hope they continue with the series. But like I said, Call of Duty, they do. I mean, like with some of the Call of Duty games, they do leave cliffhangers and they do pick us back up when the new games come out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Again, naming another game that I know that actually did cliffhangers, but they continued on. Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
Kingdom Hearts actually did cliffhangers, and they stopped off at certain points. But then when the new series came out, they actually told good stories.
Which I gotta get back to that before Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, I got to get back into that too. I'm actually might do the live stream of it if I can. Oh,
To me, I'm definitely doing the live stream. To me,
yeah.
but yeah, that's a huge cliffhanger right there, Kingdom Hearts. But here's one that's a really huge cliffhanger, way more than Kingdom Hearts.
What?
Shenmue series. Shenmue.
Never heard of it.
From Sega, Dreamcast, Shenmue.
Oh, I think I've heard of that actually. Yeah.
Yeah, from the creators of Sonic the Hedgehog, Shenmue.
Yeah, I think I've actually heard of that. think I've actually heard of that. All right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's a huge
No.
cliffhanger right there because the second one, you ended with you trapped in the cave,
Mhm.
and now I don't know when the third one came out because it got announced last 2015 E3 or 2014.
Hmm. Well, they might. It's probably just going to be at the later date.
Yeah, but
Um.
probably gonna be next year maybe. I don't know.
Well, it might, but that's 2018. But anyway, guys, like I was saying though, after this match, we're gonna call off the podcast. Just to relay some information. Again, guys, if you guys saw my previous video where I was getting steamed, I apologize. I'm gonna let you guys know this right now.
Okay.
Uh, Thank you. To explain the incident, guys, I have a buddy who pulled a prank on me far yesterday. He did another. He made another. He made another account to make himself look like a girl, and he started coming into my lobby and flirting with me like he was a girl. Which, first off, bad move. Um, but what ended up happening was that he was coming into my lobby. He pretty much acted like he was a girl, and pretty much started crap with me. And when I had a feeling this was I mean, like, another buddy of mine warned me that it was a prank, even though he wasn't very specific about it. Which I'm not. I did apologize to him about it before you guys say, well, it's not his fault. Um, Basically, what I ended up doing was I contacted my other friend because I had a feeling this was his work. He told me he had nothing to do with it. Nah, and pretty much, I pretty much called. I mean, like, after I found out he did have something to do with it, I pretty much called him, cussed him out. Lost my crap because he kept on calling me a quote unquote British cigarette. He keeps doing stupid stuff, which, I'm honestly at the point where I'm saying if something bad happens to him and he ends up sitting on the devil's pitchfork, it's on him. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, whatever stupid decision he does, I'm just gonna tell him, you know what? He does it. It's his consequence.
I'm back.
Welcome back. So, but anyway, guys, like I was putting it. So what he did was he kept on, because he made an account called, and I'll tell you guys the account name, but he made an account called Fluttershy's the Best, and basically he was flirting with me, trolling me, and pretty much, let's put it this way: if you were in high school and you pretty much had the same crap happen to you, like someone left you a love note and then said to meet you at a specific spot, you go there and you find out that it was all a joke, and the next day you just want to, get mad and let them have their just desserts. Yeah, I was pretty much like that. I was about ready to give him his just desserts. However, I was raised on the terms revenge is a dish. Revenge is a dish best served cold. So, and I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to say bish. I meant to say dish. But I was taught revenge is a dish best served cold. But I was also raised revenge is not worth getting into hot water. So you know what? I'm just gonna let him do what he wants. And guys, and I'm not being heartless about it. I'm done. I've given him advice. He's done some pretty jacked up crap, and I told him, you know what? I was done. I told him, you know what? Something bad happens to him. He ends up on the devil's pitchfork. I hope he gets cooked like a hot dog because it ain't my fault if he does. That's what I told him. And I'm not saying that in threatening terms, guys. I didn't threaten him. I did cuss him out. I told him I was done. He wants to pull pranks like that and get his teeth knocked down his throat. That's his business. I'm done protecting him. But anyway, so so that's pretty much what the heyday was going on with that one. But the previous video, guys, if you kept seeing a digital block, it's because one of his little buddies decided to Skype call, or not Skype call, PSN contact me to invite me to parties. So I basically turned off the invitations so that way I could stay focused on my work. Um, yeah, so what's gonna happen is I'm gonna have a talk with Nintendo. I'm done. I mean, I'm just burnt to a crisp because I have a feeling that he had his buddy try to make me blow my temper on my live stream because he thinks oh if we get anime so mad that he'll lose his image or he'll start losing viewers. No, because guys, I'm gonna be honest here. A few nights ago, he did the exact same crap before I had to work my shift. And before you guys ask, I'm not revealing where I work, so Don't even try to ask. But we was swamped at my job, and I had so much stress on my plate to begin with that I nearly had a heart attack on the clock. So technically, I'm not letting my stress get to me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So point blank, he wants to do something stupid and get his life jacked up. Guess what? It's his fault. I'm done protecting him. I'm literally done trying to talk, be the voice of reason. I'm just literally done with all kinds of crap. So I'm just gonna say it like this, and I'm sorry. You all want to say I'm sounding heartless? Go right ahead. You all want to say what you want to say? Go right ahead. But something bad happens to him, it's not my fault. That's all I'm gonna say, because every time he's done something reckless, I've tried to back him up. There were a couple times, like a few years back, I tried to help him with a Twitch stream when the whole when his but there was a couple years back when I did decide to help him. Um, I was basically helping him on Twitch at the time, and there was a group called 4chan. And I'm bringing this up, guys, but 4chan, basically what happened was they constantly kept spamming him, calling him all kinds of stuff. They was doing all kinds of crap where they put like his Facebook information, all that stuff, on their website, and then they put bits for bounties. So like they'll post up like if we say something, they'll say, "Oh, it's worth 200 bits for his head or 200 bits for his head," da 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 da. It's like whatever. So we tried to ignore them, and basically we called the police. You know, because police has the ability to track those kinds of things. However, what ended up happening was we had a police officer over here. Oh, well, not over here, but over at my buddy's place. And she talked to me about what I saw. And she just sat there like she was popping pills and just said flat out that there's nothing they could do. And I was about ready. And guys, seriously, I was about ready to freaking blow. I mean, like, if my friend got arrested, I mean, I would have told him. I was like, you know what, dude? You get arrested. You have a right to legal defense. And on top of that, she ain't doing her job very well. So what ended up happening was my friend he literally told the police officer everything that was going on, but she just sat there and all she just said was, "Well, all you can do is file a report, and you can be able to just and we'll be able to just send it to someone else." That's all she said. And so basically what we did was we ignored it for the whole night. I still helped him with his live stream even though there were times that they got on my case for what I said. But you know what? All in all, I did have fun helping him. But up to this point, if he asks me for any favors, I'm just going to turn him away. Like if he wants to get in hot water, if he wants to do something stupid, guess what? It's his fault. That's all I'm just going to say. That it's his fault, and I've tried to be the voice of reason sometimes, and I'm being honest here, guys. There were a couple times like when he goes off on a rant and stuff and such. He'll say he wants to do stupid stuff. I've tried to be the voice of reason, and he pretty much wants to be like how do I explain this? Like someone doing the drunken fist. Like they drink too much and they do the drunken fist, but they don't know what the heck they're doing. But anyway, guys, I'm sorry I put this at the end. I just figured you guys would want to know what's going on. I actually feel a little calmer now because I did have some Mike's Hard Lemonade earlier, so I feel a little bit calmer now. I might actually get me a cup of coffee in a little bit. Me and Brandon, in this case, Brand X36, aka Brand X2 on YouTube, we will possibly be doing another podcast today if he wants to help out with it. The next topic, it was originally going to be cartoons nowadays, but Again, we've already done that. So we're going to be doing
Yeah,
a
well, we did cartoons from the past though. We did cartoons from the past, but yeah, I'm talking about cartoons from now.
yeah, we actually did a segment where it was TV shows from the 90s and TV shows and cartoons from the 90s to today. We actually
Yeah,
did
we just
that.
did that.
Okay.
We only did the '90s, not from today.
No, we did the today's too for that one.
Actually, really?
Yes, we did.
No, we mostly did the past. Mostly did the past.
Well, yeah, but we labeled out like what TV shows were from the past and then up to today. That's how it went. Like if a show was in 1999, the next show would be 2000. We did it that way. We did it like a timeline basis.
Okay.
All right. But if we do the next, but like I said, guys, first off to Treyarch, Infinity Ward, to all you guys who made the Call of Duty games, you guys did an excellent job on the architecture. You did an excellent job on the artwork. Even the computer schematics, which I will admit were hardcore, pretty good. Um, Again, guys, to follow you guys up on some announcements. Today, if we get to it, we'll be doing topic number 10. We will postpone topic 12, which will be E3, because, like I said, me, Brand, we got to do our work. We have to watch the E3 conference, which I might do today. We're
Yeah,
gonna have.
I already watched the E3 con. I already watched the E3.
I know, but we're gonna have to rewatch it and take notes about what's where.
Okay, talk about the upcoming games, basically.
Right, so we'll have to take notes, like use a notepad, do stuff like that.
Okay.
So we're gonna do our homework and then actually get that done. But later on today, we'll probably do topic 10, which will be dating, what to do, what not to do. Now, I've been in some, and if you guys didn't see my previous relationship advice video, you can check that out in the playlist. It'll be, I think it was like 6 or 7. They'll be listed in chronological order. I have them listed in my notepad differently, so again, we will be doing a thing for dating, what to do and what not to do. Um, but that'll be later on today. Also, guys, letting you know, I did tell you guys this in an announcements. Um, I'm in my previous video before I almost lost my composure. I am gonna try to go to MatsuriCon in August. I'm gonna try to go for the 3 days, which means I'm gonna have to book the plans, see what I can do for a motel room, or if I have someone who lives around Columbus, or anywhere near, I'll probably just have to ask to bunk with them for 3 days, stay at their place, go to the convention, then come back. What I'll probably do is I will probably take my PS4 and everything just to try to do some gameplay posting and everything. But again, like I said, I would have to be well prepared. Like I would have to get proper equipment. I would have to try to look into a new camera. I would have to look into all kinds of stuff. It's unethically a mess. So, but I will have MatsuriCon coming up. I am gonna try to go to other conventions like Comic Cons and stuff. And before you guys ask, no, I will not do horror movie cons. Okay, the way I see it, not the like with the Vampire with a Cross, will not do horror movie conventions. Now, if I were to say go to a convention where they have the actors that did Supernatural or anything like that, I may do that. I may actually go to the convention, go to the panels, do that stuff, because that's my thing right there. But anyway, guys, this is Anime Gamer Fanboy about to sign out.
And
Um,
also, guys, and also, if you get the pro edition of, if you get the pro or the legacy edition of Infinite Warfare, you get Modern Warfare 1 remastered
Yeah, I actually
for
got.
free.
I actually got Modern Warfare Remastered, and I have to admit, basically it's cause I didn't have enough data to do it, so I'm probably gonna have to get an external hard drive just so I could either transfer data or merge the data with my PS4. So I don't know how to do
Mhm.
that, so I'll probably have to look up the information and take notes.
Okay, but and now, like 2 weeks ago, Modern Warfare Remaster is standalone from now on.
Yeah, I should have waited 2 months ago because I would have gotten you know, but anyway, yeah, but like I was saying, guys, and I'm gonna say this full heartedly. Thank you to all you bronies and Pegasisters, anime fans and furries, and gamers too, and to all my other viewers. I shall not forget about you. And to the cool cats and gals that decide to sit a spell, I'm glad you stuck around, and I hope you come around and dwell. So I'll see you guys next time, and glad to say this is Anime Gamer Fanboy. Like, subscribe, favorite, and I hope to
And
see you again.
and
And hope
also his co-host,
and also my
Brand
co-host.
Brand X2 YouTuber, PSN Brand 36.
And thank you all for coming. And we hope to see you again real soon and next time. So, if you're from the U.S., have a good morning to afternoon. If you're from the UK, have a good. I keep getting those mixed up. If you're from the UK, have a good morning to afternoon. If you're from the US, have a good morning. Keep your troubles on the ice. Keep the ice on your troubles. And I will see you guys next time. Until then, peace out from both of us and keep the troubles on the ice. Mm hmm. And peace out.